Hey folks, you miss me? So let's pretend that we put Axel on a diet for the last month and we still have to watch his weight, and I want to show you what to do when you have somebody leave one of these party trays at your house. You know what I'm talking about, right? It starts out with a whole bunch of vegetables and a nice little dip in the middle. It's look all pretty, and then when everybody leaves, this is what you get, a big pile of vegetables. So I'm going to show you what to do with that. We're going to make a stir fry out of it, and we're going to use some shrimp. I had some frozen shrimp, so we're going to use that. I've already marinated the shrimp in a little container of mandarin oranges, and you know which ones I'm talking about, right? You know they come in like a little container like that. I just dumped it right in there, and we're going to marinate it just a little bit, and I put some ginger in there. Now this, it looks like rice. It's going to taste a little bit like rice, but it's not rice. It's actually cauliflower. So I'm going to show you how to make rice out of cauliflower, because starch is sort of off of Axel's menu now for a while. So we're gonna substitute cauliflower instead of rice to keep our calories down. Along with the stir fry, with the shrimp and the vegetables, we're going to have a little bit of onion. In fact, I've got 3 different kinds of onions. We've got white onions, some shallots, and some green onions. And this is all I had left in the refrigerator. I cut off the really mangy ends of it. And I know you've got some too in your refrigerator, but you know, if you just cut off the really crappy dry parts, you still have some pretty good onion there. Okay, let's get started. Okay folks, we're going to do the stir fry and the cauliflower rice simultaneously. So it's going to go really fast, and we're going to be working both sides of the stove. First of all, a little bit of olive oil is going to go in the pan where you're going to put the cauliflower, really just a tiny bit. I've learned something really about olive oil. I don't need that much to flavor my food. So I'm telling you now, you don't need that much. So a little bit of olive oil there, and then a little bit of sesame oil in your wok if you have one. If not, it's okay. You can just use a regular slope-sided frying pan or a pan like this. So we have from that tray the remnants of the carrots. We have some broccoli. We have some peas, little, they're not snow peas, what are they? Snap peas, sugar peas, and I did cut up a half an onion. So use whatever you have left. The tomatoes we're going to save for another day because they're not really good for stir fry. So look at that, smoking, it's looking good. You turn the heat down a little bit so we don't set everything on fire. Get my spoon, and I'm going to start the stir fry. Put the vegetables in first if you're going to use shrimp. Shrimp does not take very long to cook, so you want the vegetables in first. They take the longest. Alright. Put them in the oil and just push them around. That's it. Okay, while the vegetables are cooking, we're going to put the cauliflower in the other pan so that we can start. We're going to saute the cauliflower. It's going to turn nice and brown, and it's going to just have a little bit of a crunch to it. It's not going to be soggy, and it's not going to taste like rice, but it's going to be a very acceptable substitute. What I had in the bowl was a full head of cauliflower. I did not use all of that in today's meal because it's way too much.
Did you use a food processor to break up the cauliflower?
Thank you for asking. My friend Karen, who is just off camera, just asked if I used the food processor to make this cauliflower rice. And the answer is yes, I did. You can run it through your grater if you've just got like a cheese grater. I did use a food processor. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot to explain how this works. It starts out as a whole head of cauliflower, and it ends up like these little, little shreds of cauliflower. It's marvelous. You don't want to make it too small, but yeah, it's just, I just ran it through the food processor. See? My heat under the wok is set at medium. My heat under the cauliflower rice is also set at just a little bit above medium. But in either case, you don't want it to burn. You want it to cook first and brown. You don't want it to burn. Okay, folks, look, this is, I wanted to show you what the stir fry is. It's getting nice and cooked in here. Now, if you want to speed this process up a little bit, you can add a little water. It'll steam it somewhat. It's no big deal. Just add a little bit of water to it. But right now, I'm just still going to let it cook and stir fry. Over here, this is my cauliflower rice. Can you see that? It's getting brown. It's cooking. It's going to have the appearance of like a brown rice. And it is going to have some nice tooth to it. So you're going to have some texture, and I think you'll find it very acceptable. All right, very good. So over here, once these vegetables are soft enough, I'm going to add the rest of the onion and the shrimp and orange so that we can quick cook that, and we'll serve them all together. And then we'll make a little sauce too. Okay, folks. We have some perfectly stir-fried vegetables. I'm going to add the shrimp and some orange slices from those little mandarin orange snack boxes that you get. And we're going to let that stir-fry and cook. The shrimp won't take very long, so it's just going to cook up, and then we're going to season it and serve it with our cauliflower rice. We're going to add some sliced shallots just for a little bit more flavor. We don't need to cook them very long. They don't have to cook down too much. But I want to add that to add a little bit more dimension. You can see how the shrimp is turning nice and pink. And then we're going to make a sauce, and we're going to add that to the top. What I have here in the bowl is a mixture of Walden Farms Asian sugar-free, fat-free, calorie-free, I have no idea what's in it, free Asian dressing, and some cream sherry, some modified food starch if you have it, otherwise some cornstarch will work just fine, and some crushed red pepper. I'm going to add that. Can you see this? I'm going to put it right into our stir fry. And oh, I lost my spoon. Oh, watch out. Okay, so I'm going to stir that up, let that cook a little bit, and we are ready to rock and roll, folks. Add some salt and pepper to your taste, and also add some salt and pepper to your cauliflower rice as well. So we're ready to plate. And here we go, my friends. We have shrimp, broccoli, carrots, a few little sugar snap peas that were remnants of a vegetable tray somebody left over here, and some frozen shrimp that we had in the freezer, some cauliflower that we made into a rice substitute. So, you know, you can do this. It's fabulous. Axel, if you really were on a diet, just like I've been, this is what I would make for you. I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks. See you later. Bye.